from So Street Studios in the city of Merriweck, one community, proudly diverse, Hot Whoppers Appreciation Society proudly presents Salty and the Champ. Featuring Ned Saltman Chobson and Dave the People's Champ Erickson. With Tom Hilton on special comments from the bar. And me, the announcer of the podcast, Miguel Gonzalez. Thank you for listening today. Now, over to you, Salty and the Champ.
Bring it in. Yo, back again. How you doing out there, people? Episode 6, Salty and the Champ, coming back. Y'all know me. Y'all know what I do for a living. That's me, the Salt Man. Ned the Salt Man Jobson. Over here I've got my main man, PC, the People's Champ.
Greetings.
How you doing there, Dave?
I'm good, thanks, mate.
Good. Had a good little break just now, 10 minutes since our last episode.
Little stretch.
It's been a week for the Whopperinos out there. Yeah. It's maybe by the 6th episode becoming part of their, regular diet now.
Yeah.
Maybe they're starting to get hooked on Salty and the Champ.
Yeah.
I know I would be.
Yeah. Just need to watch their sodium levels, but other than that,
That's right. Yeah,
get
don't
into
have
it.
too much salt. Gotta watch that salt. You ready for another? This will be the final recording of this batch.
Yep.
The final episode of this recording, this batch.
Yep.
And I think we've done sort of close to 45, 50 minute episodes recently. So
Gone on a few tangents.
yeah,
Been a few weird sound effects thrown in by buttons over here.
that's the guy over there. I forgot to throw to him earlier. Tomo Hilton. How you doing, Tomo?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Yeah.
Had a nice break, nice stretch.
Enjoying the role?
I am enjoying the role.
As sound and
I've been adding
special
some
comments.
new buttons.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can.
Few more farts.
No, well, it's a little crass. A
You-
little bit more of a refined
restrained
operation.
Last time, even though we were talking about beans, only did 2
That's true.
fart sound effects. And prompted.
Scrambling for it.
Yeah.
And prompted
yeah.
as well. So, yeah, no, he's okay. He's restraining himself. Excellent. What's that sound? There's some doings are transpiring.
It's very windy.
Oh, it's just the wind. This is, these are recordings from the 24th of July. It's a few weeks away. If you're viewing it when we release it, so maybe the night of 24th of July, maybe there's a huge storm coming and it goes down in
SES will be out in force.
Yeah. This is a pretty old garage. The roof might cave in. I'd be scared. If I were you guys. Wonderful. Champ. Yeah, we've been on for 5 episodes. So we're starting to get, a bit of, our names out there now, and people are starting to actually turn to us for some advice, if you can believe it or not.
I mean, that's desperate.
That is a bit desperate, but
Yeah.
hey, you got to turn somewhere. If
Yeah,
you're looking for, if you got troubles, if you got problems,
Hey.
you want to fix them however you can.
Yeah.
So someone's actually written to you,
Right.
to look for some advice. And if you're happy, I can read it out.
Yeah.
For
let's
everyone.
go for it.
And we'll see if Champ can kind of,
Sure.
get some.
I'll see what I can do for them.
This lad here.
Point them in the right direction.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe give him a bit of coaching, bit of mentoring. Anyway, I'll if you want to throw to not my screen, but you can go ahead and bring it to Salty Tomo on the. There we go, and we'll put it back over to Champ when he's got his advice ready.
Sure.
Hi, Champ. My name is Dominic. I'm 33 and I live in Wantirna South. Hi, Dominic. I have a concern about my neighbour. I believe he's inflicting child abuse on his kid, and I want to know. Oh shit! Yeah, that's okay. Hopefully this is okay because
This is a bit grim.
bit of a grim sound. Sounds like it could go into some pretty rough territory here.
Yeah.
I want to know what I should do. Every day I hear my next door neighbour shout, "Oi, stop it, get down," etc. I never hear the kids speak up or talk back to his old man. I can sometimes hear him say, "Do you want to go for a walk?" Which to me seems like it doesn't give his child enough attention or opportunities for play and exploration. I'm pretty sure he keeps his kids outside all the time. I will hear him say, "Dinner time," then throw down a bowl of food on the ground. I fear this is the child's only meal that day because it sounds like they eat that food in less than a minute. I've never seen the kid, only the dad. Should I report him to police? I want to be anonymous though, because I don't want him to know it was me. He might get angry and start abusing me as well. Thanks, and looking forward to hearing back. Love the pod, by the way. Dominic. All right. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting one. I mean, I'd say, first of all, Dominic, if you think a child is being abused,
Yeah.
just go to the police, right?
Don't worry about asking someone on a podcast.
just go to the police,
Yeah.
right? But I think there's a bit more to uncover here, right?
Okay.
I'm a bit worried about Dominic, actually.
What's wrong with him?
I think Dominic might be projecting.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Sure.
Well, I think how I get the feeling, just reading between the lines,
Yeah.
I think Dominic is a child of someone who barracked for Essendon, right?
Oh, where'd this come from?
And
All right,
and
okay.
was made to barrack for Essendon, and feels deep down subconsciously that he was abused
Mm-hmm.
by being forced to barrack for Essendon. Because I don't think, this is a child at all.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
I think, or if it is, maybe it's just a really shit kid who probably should stay outside and eat outside. I think this is
He
like
said it,
some
didn't
kind of animal, right? Maybe a cat,
Okay.
right? Maybe a lizard.
Okay.
It's they're saying get down.
Yeah.
Could be the lizards on the TV.
Yeah.
Or it could be a dog
Jump,
jumping
jump.
up on something. So I think what Dominic's doing is he's hearing someone talk to a pet, and in his mind, it's like, I think that's a kid because I was a kid who was abused by being made to go to Essendon. So what I want to do is save that kid.
He's forcing his own connections.
Yeah,
there.
He's saying like, he wants to be the hero because
Yeah.
he wanted someone to come and save him.
Sure.
But no one was there.
No.
No one was there. Maybe because he lived in Essendon, right? And all those other people thought it was normal. And it's
Somewhat
not
affluent
normal.
area.
It's not normal. It's not right to make your children barrack for Essendon. I mean, look what's happened to you guys, right? Like,
Turned it around on us. Attack on us.
Well, no, this is my take on it. This
Yeah.
is the first time I've heard this letter, right? I took a few notes down as you were reading it out.
Sure.
This is just my initial impression. I
Yeah.
think this is what's going on here, right? I think Dom's neighbour has a pet. He's talking to the pet. He's feeding the pet outside.
Yep.
And Dominic, in his twisted mind,
Yeah.
out in Montana South, right? Yeah, a bit of that. There's a bit of that going on,
There's,
right?
yeah,
I think
some
Dominic
odd things
needs
afoot.
some therapy to uncover some trauma that I think he's unable to deal with, and is now projecting onto the neighbours. And what worries me,
Okay, yeah.
right, is that he wants to be anonymous. He doesn't want to go to the police, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, first of all, he's being selfish, right?
Right.
Worry about the kid, not your anonymity.
Yep.
And anonymity, if there is a kid.
Yep.
Second of all, like, what if Essendon does get bundled out, and we'll know a bit more by the time this pod's up.
Yeah.
And he snaps and goes next door and tries to attack this neighbour.
Right.
Right. Like those freaks in America who went into that pizza shop and said, like, where's the child abuse downstairs in the basement?
Pizzagate, yeah.
Yeah. Where's Hillary?
Yeah.
I think Dominic's on that kind of path, but instead of being
Yeah,
like
okay.
MAGA,
Yeah.
he's like,
For
Make
some reason
Essendon
attaching
great
to-
again.
He's
he's
worried
a
about
mega.
champ-
He's not a
solving
MAGA.
champ.
He's a mega.
Don't
Make
be
Essendon
rude.
great again. Yeah.
Mega.
Yeah.
Mega Mind.
And it's concerning. I mean, I wonder if he's got a red hat.
Yeah, maybe he does. Maybe red and black
Mm.
hat. So Dominic, if you're listening, if you're watching, guess you are. I wonder how you found the pod in the first place. But anyway, Champ's advice there. Really, stop projecting, and get your head out of the clouds, you silly cunt. It's a dog.
Or like, for a laugh,
Yeah.
just ring the police, say there's a kid getting abused, and just sit on your porch and crack a couple of
Watch them,
tinnies
get
and
swatted.
yeah,
Yeah.
watch them get swatted. Yeah.
Could be a bit of fun. Yeah, Stabler
Yeah.
comes around, looks for the child abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Columbo, your favourite.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
can come around and
In his
Solve
trench
the
coat
case.
and his cigar. It's always like half smoked.
one more thing.
Yeah.
He's always got one more thing.
I
doesn't
just
he?
can't understand why you left the shoes there.
That's a good impression he's done there. To get Dave on more
not
impressions. Wonderful. So that's look. Are you happy to receive some more letters from the fans
Absolutely,
out there and
yeah.
give some more advice?
Yeah.
Because you
yeah.
feel like you got a pretty, you feel like you got some wisdom, some advice to dole out. You wouldn't mind giving a few lessons from the University of Davo,
Yeah. I'm not legally liable for this advice either, so it's great. Yeah.
People's University, People's
Yeah,
Champ
yeah.
University.
School of
Wonderful.
Hard Knocks.
That's right. Dominic, get well, mate.
Yeah.
Hope you're okay.
Seek help.
All right, are you ready for another Let's Confront Dave? It's a couple of Dave-centric segments to start off the episode.
Yeah, yeah.
So the last one we did was a
Confronting Champ.
Let's confront Champ. Jeez, it's windy out there. I hope I can get this noise out of the pod. Last one we looked at was an adult kindergarten.
That was pretty weird.
Yeah, pretty weird. You wouldn't
I wonder if
associate
Dominic
with
was at that joint.
Well, I was going to say you wouldn't associate with those kinds of people.
No.
Yeah, Dominic included.
Yeah.
Sounds like a bit of a weirdo. But it was confronting. It was somewhat confronting for you. Without being too confronting, obviously there's some really dark territory we can take it in, but we don't want to. This one's a bit lighter.
Right.
In fact.
Right.
Well, actually, I suppose the other one wasn't super dark, but yeah, this one confronting in. Well, we'll give you the initial video, and then maybe we'll dive a little bit deeper into the story.
Yeah.
Of what happened here.
Right.
Because you wouldn't consider yourself very online in that you're not aware of like a lot of the, things that are trending on Twitter, for instance. A lot of the
Don't use Twitter. I don't use
Twitter.
Instagram. I don't use
Yep.
TikTok.
The sort of current discourse you might need to be, informed on because you're not sort of like, partaking in it sort of in real time. So I don't think you know about this guy. I think this will all be very new to you.
Yep.
So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to get in a second when I give the cue. If I can find my there we go. That's right. Who's there? Who's there? It's Jake Novak. So this is showing our Dave, Jake Novak / Let's Confront Champ.
This video's Jake Novak, is it?
This is it. Have you heard it first? So first, before we
Never
play,
heard of Jake Novak.
Okay,
Sounds
so
like a tennis player.
this is called. Thinking of Djokovic. I want to be the next SNL cast member. So
Okay, yeah.
let's
This is
have a
gonna be
look.
Good.
I want to be the next SNL cast member, and here's why I should be a contender. Hi, Lorne Michaels, I'm Jake Novak, and I know that you're feeling the heat because your roster lost Cade, Kyle, 80, and Pete. That means you got an open seat, and I feel I ought to be feeling it, because when it comes to comedy songs, I kind of been killing it. See, weekly music videos are my jam, bruh. I'm a rapid rhyming hammy nerd like Lin-Manuel Miranda mixed with Sammy Berg, but haven't you heard, I'm more than a rapper, I'm an actor too, so here's a couple of nice guys getting their jackets. After you, after you, after you, after you, after you. After you've seen that scene, I'm in, right? But I've been sitting on the ringer. In addition to the spitting, I'm a hell of a singer. I could be bouncing out on Broadway, but I'm running for 30 Rock, so I can hand deliver you the next dick in a box. Not literally, obviously. I really want to give you the next big thing. Oh God. Dear Mr. Michaels, won't you give me a chance? My melodies will make the people laugh while they dance. All right, I'll perform, man, I'll sweep the stage. But whenever it is, I'm ready to do it in Studio 8H. What do you say? Did I dive or get you to bite? Maybe we could try it live on a Saturday night. So check my feed, you'll agree where I should be in September. Right with Colin, Keenan, Chloe, and Bowen as an SNL cast member.
There you go. That's Jake Novak, and that's his audition. Basically, for Lorne Michaels.
I mean, were they calling for auditions?
No, entirely uncalled
He's
for.
just done this
Unprompted.
off his own bat.
Unsolicited.
Right.
He wanted to be famous. He wanted to be a famous comedian / singer. And he thought, hey, you can get a lot of.
Do they do like, songs like of like shit white people trying to rap on SNL? Is that a common thing?
15 years ago, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
How recent's this?
Because if you caught this was in 2022, so this is a couple of years old already.
Yeah. I mean, straight away within the first 15 seconds, I did not like that guy.
15 seconds it took you.
Yeah. I'm like, this guy's a
You
fucking...
gave him a chance for 15
Here's
seconds.
wow. I was trying to take it in.
Right. Yeah.
Right. It's not the kind of thing I'd usually watch.
So
So
no-
my brain was like, well, hang on, what is this?
But there
And
is
then by the time I was like realised sort of what was going on, I'm like, I can't stand this bloke. I fucking can't stand him, right? If I was walking
it did
into a
take you a
building
little
and he
while
was
to
walking by, I
process it.
wouldn't have held the door open for him. I'd fucking push it closed so he couldn't follow me in.
So you find him pretty detestable.
He's excruciating.
Yeah,
He's
excruciating.
irritating, right?
Yep. Theatre kid, big time theatre kid.
Yeah.
So you didn't like the video.
No.
You wouldn't, if you were Lorne Michaels and you were sort of, had your finger on the pulse.
I
of
mean, if I
comedy.
wasn't sitting here and we weren't doing this, I would have turned that off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
I
appealing.
mean, I'm still annoyed now,
Yeah.
having watched
Yeah,
it.
they showed you. So we've got some law here. I hope this is interesting for the Whoppers in that.
I mean, why do like
what-
white dweebs
Yeah.
like that guy think rapping is good? Like, or they would be good at it.
Well, that's the thing.
Like, do try something else. It's not your thing.
He doesn't
right?
think so. He doesn't. Well, first of all, he sung a little bit there. Do you think he's got a good voice?
No.
He's not a good singer.
No.
No. Willow, I would like you to move away from the cables, please. She's getting. That's the way. That's the way. Get on the couch. Get on the couch. No, she's getting involved here. Sorry about that, people. So you don't reckon he had a good singing voice?
No.
No. Definitely not a talented rapper.
No.
No. Did he make you sort of kind of giggle or laugh at any point in that sort of
saw you
minute and
break a
28
little bit.
seconds?
Made me feel uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. So he didn't check any of the boxes basically.
No.
For something that a SNL performer should be, none of that was.
I mean,
none of that criteria.
It
was
wasn't
checked
remotely
off.
funny,
No.
right? I didn't find it like ironic.
Uh-huh.
I do. It was
Upsetting.
pathetic. It was upsetting. It was upsetting.
It's upsetting.
And look, if your goal was to confront me, I feel confronted.
Confronted by the audacity of an application. There we go.
I mean, those kindergarten people are Rhodes Scholars compared to this guy.
So this is more pathetic behaviour than going to an adult kindergarten.
And I mean, before you guys showed me this, you, just for everyone watching, Salty and Buttons both said that they were obsessed with this for months. Right?
Yeah.
They didn't tell me what it was.
No.
Right? That is the first time I've seen it.
What's interesting is we weren't
So we got more-
obsessed with it instantly. We saw it. We had basically the same reaction to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And then we both messaged each other maybe 3 days later going, are you still thinking about that video? And it was, yes.
But were you
Yeah.
sitting together when you saw it, or
No,
like
no, no,
someone
we
someone
sent
it was
it
in
over.
like a group
Yeah.
chat or something?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so that dropped in like, I think June or July of 2022.
So were we still in lockdown?
No,
this is
not by then.
Post-COVID.
Yeah,
Right.
post-COVID. But, what this was post was, lockdowns and people, becoming more able to produce stuff just like Salty and the Champ, from the comfort of their own, garage or, home studio. And this man, Jake Novak, put himself in the position of committing to uploading a funny video every Wednesday was his goal. And it basically, destroyed him. That was the last. He was prolific on his own YouTube channel and TikTok. And after that video that we just showed you, I want to be the next SNL cast member, he went silent. He dropped off.
And did you watch any of his other
Oh yeah,
other videos?
yeah. And
Were
we're
any of
actually
them
going to
funny?
show. Well, we're actually going to show you another one,
Right.
Which I think you'll actually find more uncomfortable, even
Because
more
you would
detestable.
think, right, if someone's put up 100, right,
Yep.
you're gonna hit the mark at least once,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
You're gonna get bat on ball at some point.
Yep.
This bloke's like, he's
gonna miss.
Yeah, bad.
So this was, as we said, this is the last thing that he uploaded. But he's got a few things, before his channel goes back. I'm not sure how much, but it goes back a little bit. But it's really this and another video that kind of registered. This was
Right.
the big one. This one came out. I'm not sure who, I'm not sure exactly how it found.
I mean,
Just
was
hit the algorithm.
yeah,
well-
just someone stumbled upon it and retweeted.
right. So it's
or
not like he
posted.
had like, I don't know, 10,000
He had a
subs.
modest-
This is YouTube, is it?
This guy is
Is this YouTube?
Yeah. That video's on YouTube.
No, but like, what was his platform? Was he like a YouTuber?
I think he
or
was
is this
actually
Instagram
prolific on
or-
Twitter, somewhat
Right.
prolific on Twitter,
TikTok, right.
TikTok, pardon me, and had a few followers there. Because he's, as you can see, he's an actor. Wants
Is
to
he?
be an actor. Well, he wants to be an actor.
Right,
he wants to be.
yeah.
He wants to be an entertainer, and he is an entertainer.
I want to be 6 foot tall. It's not going to happen.
But he's got credits. He's got an IMDb page. He's in some independent movies and stuff like that. So he has got experience in the industry. And as you can see, his production, would you agree his production value is pretty good?
Wow.
Like, let's
I
just go
mean,
back
it
to
wasn't
some of
filled with
the-
a potato. He had some graphics on there. I think
What
our
a-
production
what a-
values are better.
If you can come back to where I just landed on. What do you say? Like, would you agree
mean,
that was
okay,
like
right,
okay
so, look,
production value?
Look, he's put some writing at the bottom of the
Got to leave it on
screen.
that one.
He's obviously got some decent lighting.
That's what I need.
You know?
Dark as hell. I need a better lighting for myself.
I
in
mean,
particular.
I would say it's bog standard production values for what's on YouTube these
right.
days.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It'd
And
be
you're not
better off
filming
than
on
it was,
a
yeah.
potato.
Yeah. Oh no.
Buttons is breaking stuff in the background.
We've run into some trouble.
Yeah.
Put it back to couch.
I mean, I wouldn't
this
say
guy
his
over here,
production
this-
values are
this dweeb.
outstanding.
Are you gonna put it back up?
Well, no, well,
What happened there? I'll have to fix it.
Wow,
That's all right. Sorry, maybe we'll cut this out. Maybe we'll leave it in for the shits and giggles. Just clips on like this.
it's professional operation.
That's all right. That's it. There we go. I don't know what I'll do about my own lighting though. It'll be yeah, it'll be what it is. What it is. It is what it is. I'm no Jake Novak. I don't know what I don't know how to.
If you were Jake Novak, I wouldn't fucking be here. I'll give you the hot tip.
What do you say? So you definitely found that uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Not
I'm still annoyed.
impressive in any
No,
way.
no.
Okay, so we're going to
it-
show you another one now.
These guys are jabroni.
It's interesting to point out with this other one that before the first video we showed you came out, this wouldn't have been viewed more than a couple of thousand times,
Right.
maybe. And then people went and dug back into his catalog
Yeah.
and discovered.
Yeah.
Which isn't very. You don't have to dig very far for this particular one. This was only. I'm not sure exactly, but it was very recently before that video.
Right.
So again, that was like June or so of 2022. This was, I think, within the month before.
Sure.
Do you remember Uvalde?
No.
Does the name ring a bell?
Uvalde.
Uvalde. Maybe you pronounce it Uvalde. That was the name of the town in Texas, I think. Location of a school shooting.
I mean, they happen so frequently over there. Like,
A pretty bad
Yeah,
one.
I
One
can
that was
remember.
like, more of a one of the more reportable ones, I suppose you
Right.
could say. So some context here. There was a recent school shooting, like there is,
Okay.
in the US. And this guy's really kind of sick of that. Like, what would you do if you you see these school shootings happen on the news, and you're like, this is heartbreaking. How can I, a humble just guy out there who might have an okay voice and have some creativity, what kind of difference can I make? Like, how can I maybe change things?
I don't think you can.
You don't think? Well,
No.
we're going to show you a video that might change your mind on that. Okay, so
Right.
I'm gonna play it now, and Tom, you can go ahead and switch to this next Jake Novak video, which is called "Bad Gun."
An American rap.
Land of the free, home of the brave, land of the AR-15, home of kids in the grave. I've struggled to find the words, keep the disposition sunny. I'm always trying to turn the unfunny things funny, but laughing feels wrong. Hypocrisy's rife, I gotta say something, cause you're all pro-life unless it's taken by a gunman. 19 more tiny heartbeats stopped in their alma mater. You force kids into the world, then condemn them to slaughter. We teach our daughters how to hide when they should be learning history. Then we're surprised when it repeats itself. It's no mystery, it's indifference. See them run when asked how to combat the madness. They don't care about your rights, they only care about their status. And they have us where they can hold us, packed in the Senate and SCOTUS, and acting bogus, hocus pocus, while we hopelessly focus on the joke that is trying to feel safe in this country. I love my home, but I don't know if we'll truly become free if we can't agree. Uncle Sam's holding a bad gun. The nation's fighting for its soul. Are we sure it ever had one? Children dying in school. Can you tell me why? Are they not trying to change the rules? We're crying, but we're not fools.
Preach Novak.
So, what did you think of that? What did you?
I think if I lived in America, I would go and buy a gun and go around to his house.
You can leave it on this screen for a second.
I
I'll
mean,
kick Jake
like-
up there. You would say what? What was that? You would.
I would probably, that would make me want to buy a gun if I lived in America. And go around to his house. I mean, it's just like,
What What part was the worst for that?
The singing,
Yeah.
right? When he
When he-
broke into it,
when he
But, like,
decided to
even the
use-
rest of it, it's like,
When he decided to use the line "children dying in the schools" to show his vocal range, was that the most uncomfortable part?
yeah,
Yeah. I was speechless after that. As
I
you
mean,
seem to
and
be.
like, just that line there, rhymes SCOTUS with bogus hocus pocus. Like, what the fuck is bogus hocus pocus, right? It's just like,
I'm gonna go to another. I'm gonna just surprised when it repeats itself. Look at his facial expressions for these. Like, he's troubled by it. You have to give it to him.
he's troubled.
He means what he says.
I mean, you know, I often wonder with people like this, like, how much of it is because he genuinely believes in it, and how much is because he's trying to create content because he wants to be prolific and
And I
like
think
he'll
that
take
was-
anything to
yeah.
create content.
Yes, I think
Yeah.
that was what few of those online took issue with, and perhaps had not the best words for Jake Novak.
That's what's so fascinating about him, though.
Yeah.
Because he's clearly genuine in what he says, but it's also clearly grasping for attention.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so self-serving.
Usually it's one or the
and,
other.
yeah.
yeah. Self-serving is what it is. Yeah,
Yeah. The
I mean, him breaking into falsetto is not going to help the families of those kids who were killed, and
No.
it's not going to do anything about guns in America,
No.
except make people buy more.
yeah. To keep guys like that out of their homes, huh?
Yeah. I mean, this
yeah.
guy, he's like...
Take it easy.
Chase a different dream, right? Chase, as a rock says, know your role and shut your mouth,
Yeah.
right?
So this guy's a definite jabroni.
He's a... Yeah.
as big as they come.
He's as big as they come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, he got... So, would it surprise you to learn that he did kind of get cyberbullied offline, essentially?
No?
No. So you
Not
would have
at all.
thought that putting some stuff like that out there... a little bit of doggy angst. I'm not sure if you heard that. Yeah. I'll have to send them outside because they're causing trouble.
Well, I hope your neighbour doesn't think you're abusing a child. You kick him out.
Call back to Champ's mailbag. Yeah, so he basically got cyberbullied offline for those two videos.
By
essentially.
like what? And what was the general bullying? Was it like, leave our guns alone, or was it like, don't take advantage of something like this?
It was more for the
spread
other
your name?
video.
Yeah, no, I don't think he didn't really get.
Oh, he got bullied for the SNL one.
This is more of a deep cut. Yeah, the SNL one
Right.
was it was so earnest that people couldn't handle it.
I mean, not all bullying is bad.
So you think if it results in a guy like this who was putting stuff like this out into the ether,
If it stops him doing
causes
it,
him
it's
to
good.
have a think about that,
Yeah.
and maybe take a
Yeah.
step back. It's a product of it's a positive, a net gain for
It's a net
society.
gain. Yeah.
Yeah, well, if we can't agree, that's what he's basically saying. If we can't agree, then I'll just head off, basically, and that's what he's done. He's been pretty silent.
How long
since.
did you two spend investigating this guy and watching his videos? And
We were
I
pretty
think
much
you said
obsessed
it consumed a winter.
for the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least
mean,
a
that's-
couple of months.
The
Yeah.
season of Jake.
Yeah. And then like an orbit, we come back to it, like quite frequently, at least once a
And
year.
he's now like, he doesn't post at all anymore.
He's radio silent. That's his
Yeah,
last.
good.
If we go back to his channel,
He did actually end up making. Don't watch it. It's an attempt to.
How many subs has he got?
on his YouTube channel, he's got 3.4k
Okay,
subscribers.
right, and that
35.
that
He
really
had more like
bad one, the
100,000
first
or
one,
something on TikTok, I think.
right?
Yeah.
That really fucking that first one. How many views did the one that the SNL one? How many views has that got?
That has got 192,000 views.
But on TikTok, it's got.
yeah, that's
a
where I
lot.
think it
Yeah,
took
okay.
off. Yeah. So
yeah.
TikTok was really where he exploded.
Yeah,
This exploded, I should say, because
Right.
he never really it was not Novak. It was this. Well, it was Novak. It was this video though, but I don't think he would have got as bullied if it was just the SNL video. I think the
Yeah,
Bad Gun
yeah.
is a worse example of this kind of behavior.
yeah,
This kind of attention seeking, because he's not kind of like, at least with the SNL video, he's not really, he's not using any real world horror, tragedy for his own, gain.
Yeah.
He's not trying to make fame off children dying in the schools, as he put it. So that video where he's using those dead kids as
That was the justification for a lot of the bullying, I think, is people
Pretty
are like,
much.
hey, you making fun of this guy? Well, look what he did before.
yeah, pretty much. And anyone that did kind of have a nasty word for him was perhaps felt a little bit vindicated by some of the stuff they saw there.
Do you remember though, Ned, that because he did disappear, went radio silent after the SNL, like there's at least a year in between that video and the next one that comes along.
Yes.
And it did get to a point where you're like, well, where's he gone? Has he,
Yeah.
has he been, how far has he been bullied?
Yeah.
So the thing is, he's in LA. If you can't tell already. So he lives in LA. He works at Disney.
Yeah, he works at Disneyland. He's one of the
Disneyland, yeah.
he's like the barbershop quartets that go around and and sing. But then it got too bad because people
that's a
started
legitimate-
doxing him and going around and taking sneaky videos of him at Disneyland. It's like, all right, maybe it's gone a bit too far.
Well,
If they're
you want
bothering him
attention,
in
now
real
you've
life-
got attention.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah.
But the barbershop quartet stuff, that's fine. That's people go to Disneyland, they want to
Yeah,
have
it's
that
his
Disneyland
job.
experience.
It's his job.
Yeah. So that's all right. But yeah, people were kind of giving him shit on the job, so that's a bit far. But I think if the result is just that he's thought, you know what, I'm just going to be a barbershop quartet guy at Disneyland and perhaps not chase fame and perhaps not put videos up on YouTube using school shootings as my lyrics
Content.
then,
Yeah.
perhaps that's not a bad result.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But, I mean, it's America.
I hope Salty and the Champ never gets into this kind of trouble.
No.
If we stick to our lane,
Yeah, just prey on Essendon's misery.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we know who our targets are.
Yeah.
No, we won't get into any trouble that way.
No.
But anyway, so that was,
That's what they all say.
we got to watch it. Yeah, we got to watch it. No, we never get cancelled. I don't think I'd ever say anything that would be cancelable. Do you reckon you could ever get cancelled? You have any cancelable opinions? Maybe. I was thinking
mean-
maybe. A bit more of a risk there.
You never know. Like, people
Maybe
get
something
offended by lots of
today
things
might be
these
safe.
days.
Next
That's
week,
right.
couple
You know,
weeks
Yeah.
the era of cancellation is nearly over, they say. People aren't getting cancelled these days. It ain't
Yeah.
Been
2018
saying that for like 10
anymore.
years, man.
Maybe not. Who was the last person to get cancelled? Who knows?
There's no, public hand-wringing over public figures anymore. It just
Yeah, and people who we thought were cancelled are coming back, like Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp's on the. He's getting more work now.
Yeah.
like Louis C.K.
Louis C.K.'s
Yeah.
coming back. Maybe cancelling's just a temporary thing, not a permanent
Nah. Because
Anyway.
people always look back at something someone wrote when they were 21 or something on Twitter 10 years ago. They're like, cancel.
Yeah, they did in
2013,
20.
tweet from 2013.
Yeah, they did
20
in 2018, but
A tweet
not
from
anymore.
late Obama era
Yeah.
when things weren't as
I mean, I hope it's finished. It's kind of boring.
or more. Yeah, we'll definitely find opportunities for cancellation. It's whether we prosecute those that we think should be. And I think there's some people out there that should be. And I'm going for it. That's right. I'm coming for you.
You want to cancel Sam Mitchell, don't you?
I do. Him in particular. And I reckon he will get cancelled one day. He's the kind of character that would be. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, pivoting back to the footy, because we have spent a little bit of time on some internet law. Famous internet law.
Too much.
I
If
reckon
I never see that bloke ever again, it'll be too soon. Fuck me.
Jake Novak, we love you, baby. We love you. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens with that. But no, I think that's a great segment. Let's confront Dave. Let's confront Champ. Yeah, because you're not... Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff... Because I think I am a little bit too online a lot of the time. I do scroll Twitter way too often. That's my social media app of choice. Sorry, x.com. No longer Twitter. I'm an Elon stan. I think what he's doing for humanity is great. He's a smart person as well. And he definitely...
I don't like that kind of talk.
I don't like it when people are mean to Elon. I don't like it when they say he's a goose, when they say he's dumb and he doesn't deserve all his money, because I think he does deserve all that money. No,
I'm not sure how serious you are here.
I'm not
Yeah.
very serious.
Yeah.
No, he's a goose. He's a goose. He's a fucking cunt.
I mean, I think he does deserve it.
He's
He's earned the
trying to-
money,
he's trying to
but
bait
he's
me.
a cunt.
He hasn't earned shit.
Hasn't earned any. Wow.
well,
we get started.
no,
Oh,
Yeah.
This is going to turn into a communist podcast
Yeah.
if we keep going. But no, we're not here to talk about Elon.
Hmm.
What were we talking about? We're talking about cancelable people like Sam Mitchell. Now, we're pivoting back to the AFL. What we've got on the agenda now, and this is something that's not been just mentioned and talked about in Whopper's chat, but is probably talked a little bit more widely about, and that's the current state of AFL. And I would think the hyperbole in commentary of AFL is something to...
Oh, boy!
That's right, BT, and he's maybe a main offender here.
But you mean not just in commentary of the game, you mean like punditry and stuff as well.
Punditry, yeah. So it's not just
The
commentators.
media.
The media in
Yeah.
general. We're hearing a lot of what I would consider hyperbole these days. And you might say that's because we're looking at a different media landscape where we're trying to generate clicks and all that sort of stuff. And we need to be sensationalist to generate those clicks. It's all about headlines, short attention spans, etc., etc. Is that the case? Are we just we're just responding to a new media environment?
I mean,
or
I know why
are
this
we
comment
losing it?
came up,
Okay.
right?
What?
Because this like comment of like, I can't remember who it was, Jonathan Brown saying that the tackling laws are changing the fabric of the game.
The fabric of the game.
Which I agree with, right?
Okay.
But hyperbole and footy commentary and punditry, absolutely. But it's because, you know, you've got Fox Footy that needs content all the time. Slobbo's got to dribble on about something when he's got fucking 6 cans in him and goes on TV with Jared every night. SEN's 24/7. The only reason the Herald Sun sells newspapers is because of AFL.
And
So
Harvey
they need, you know, outlandish opinions all the time. Look at like Kane Corns. Who's that knobhead? Purple. He does a sliding doors
Yeah,
stuff.
we've mentioned him on the podcast
Yeah.
before. He's a repeat offender
He's
out there.
like,
He's
they-
Damien
they-
Barrett is
yeah.
who we're talking about.
Caroline
Purple.
Wilson to an extent, although she's probably got a bit more credibility. Like they deliberately write like controversial opinions and over exaggerate things.
Yes.
Because it gets views.
Gets people
and that's
fired
that's
up.
all they
Gets
care
people
about.
amped up.
Because that's how media sells advertising is through views.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's not the quality of the content, it's the number of clicks it generates.
Yeah, so it is the shifting landscape or the shifted landscape. We've been online. We have been getting our news online predominantly for the last decade now. More than.
Yeah.
I feel really old when I remember that I had a paper round as a 13-year-old, but that was like 1999. That was still the 90s. But that was a long time ago. So that just shows you how long it has been around, like this kind of digital 24-hour news cycle. And again, and I've talked about it on the podcast, the obsession that Melbourne has with the footy sort of goes hand in hand with that. We always want to be talking about the game, hearing about the game, hearing stories about the game, and those players on the field and off the field. All the contributors, all the stakeholders. There are lots, and people just go overboard with their special interest stories and stuff like that. Yeah, so
I think like SEN's one of the worst things to ever happen to footy because
one of the worst offenders,
it's
SEN.
generated the need for content 24/7, and then you know the papers pivoting to online has also been the same, and you know Fox Footy needing lots of footy shows and things like that. Like that's one of the things that burnt AFL for me because when I was a kid, it was like, you know, Saturday day, Sunday
See it on
night.
the weekend,
Sorry, it was
Yep.
to be Saturday, Sunday night games.
Friday,
Sorry.
Saturday.
Saturday day and Saturday night, a Friday night game, and then a Sunday Arvo game
Yep.
or two, and that was it. And then a bit of stuff in the paper on Monday, and everyone shuts the fuck up about footy until when the teams are announced Thursday. So it would be like weekends, and then the week, you don't have to hear about it. But now it's just like
All week.
all
Blah, blah,
footy all the time, and it doesn't end when the grand final finishes and comes back in March. It's like
Draft. You got the
2 weeks after
trading
that, they're
period,
talking
bit of
about
everything.
someone trading. They're doing like who's got the best numbers in 2K time trials, all that kind of stuff. Because the AFL wants to dominate the media landscape 365,
Not just in winter,
right?
in summer too.
All the time. That's why they're extending trade periods and
Yeah.
you know having media go down to like training sessions halfway through January when blokes are just sort of coming back after a Christmas break and stuff is because they want to be in it all the time.
Yep.
And the media needs that.
Yep.
And you'll never hear media commentators call this out because that's what puts food on their table.
Yeah.
And
they
that's
keep
why
getting
it's
paid.
one of the reasons I got sick of it because I'm just like, I can't get away from this fucking thing.
Yeah. Is there any, what would bring you back to footy? Like, what would have to happen to... Because we've talked, like, you know, you don't care about Hawthorn really, because we had that game last time that proved that you don't follow the Hawks, don't know who they are now. So it's not the team that you know, I can't say them and how good they can perform could bring you back. What actually could bring you back as a supporter of the game?
I'm not sure anything could really. If they went back to like, you know, one Friday night game, no Thursday footy, no Monday footy, no Sunday arvo, Sunday night footy. You have a couple of Sunday games in the traditional game. I want one, maybe two Friday night games I'd put up with, and then Saturday arvo footy and one, maybe two absolute max Saturday night games. Like the way it used to be. And then shut the fuck up about it during the week.
It can't be.
You're right, BT. It can't be. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
It is.
No. Well, you need to see this guy, BT, doing his thing, you know, most nights a week.
Or maybe if like a lot of the big broadcasters like News Corp went bankrupt and a few other ones and Amazon decided to get out of sport and the money disappeared out of it, then, well, you never know.
What about if the
Then
gambling-
the media landscape will shrink. So they won't be able to generate content because they won't need to because the money won't be there. They won't be able to pay the people to do it unless they have
about-
like AI bots doing footy content.
Well, what about
24 hours a day?
something that Salty and the Champ is contributing to, the proliferation of fan-made and sort of non-professional footy media? Because if you ask, like if we poll the Whoppers, for instance,
Yeah.
some of the more knowledgeable.
I mean, you're right. We're adding to it.
footy
We're more
followers,
noise.
They're all getting their information from podcasts, not so much from.
Well, anybody getting their information from us has got some problems.
We got some good information. We talk about not just footy. We talk about internet law, guys like
Yeah.
Jake Novak and
Yeah.
educate all over the place. But yeah, footy media is shifting into a non-professional space now. How hilarious is that? Is the inverse of the AFL trajectory of becoming a a non-professional
Yeah.
to a professional league, overflowed with money. And we're looking at media content now in a non-professional, sort of predominantly consumed non-professional media, just like Salty in the chat. Soup putting the non in non-professional. But yeah, like Bolby, Tilds, they're all over the Essendon podcast. They're getting most of their information about the game and the team from a podcast. Yeah. So they're not even watching, Fox Footy or listening to SEN. I think they still do those
Yeah, because I
getting-
mean, what's the difference, right? Like, other than teams being named in injury lists, footy coverage is just opinion. So
Yeah,
what does
yeah,
it
yeah.
matter whether you're getting it from Slobbo or David King or some Bombray nerd sitting in his garage doing
I guess those like
podcast.
the Bombray nerds, those of us that are in our garages, broadcasting from our garage, we're untethered.
You're untethered.
We are untethered. We are untethered. We're not we're not licking the boot of any media CEO, media company CEO. We've got that sort of independent edge that maybe is desirable.
Yeah, I mean, professionally independent, but I'd still say biased.
Oh, definitely biased.
Yeah.
But that's what people want. People want their confirmation bias. They want to listen to
Yeah, they do.
what's going to affirm
Yeah.
their worldview.
Your deranged beliefs.
Yeah, we know there's deranged beliefs on both sides. Very good people on both sides. But,
Yeah. Okay, Donald.
We got 16 cups on our side. We'll see who the other side.
Don't be rude.
We're getting on. Do we want to
What do we got left?
have you got we got highlight of the week?
Highlight of the week or month? Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
because this will be. This will go for 3. This will last us 3 weeks. So
Yep.
we'll look at doing another recording. Yeah, perhaps in mid-August or so. So up until then,
So it's the 24th July at the moment.
24th of July. Yeah, I reckon
For
we'll aim
us,
for another
People
recording.
listening are in the future.
People are listening in the future. So we're looking at, when people are listening to this, we're going to be wrapping up the Olympics. So we've had about 10 days, I think, of competition now. I hope, and I'm sure we are, Aussie going well. God,
Aussie! Oi, oi, oi!
That's right. Hey, I was going to say, God, I love this country when we're competing on the world stage. Don't you love it, Dave?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hallelujah.
I think the Olympics is the one time where it's sort of like acceptable to be kind of patriotic.
Yeah, like a flag waver.
Yeah. Because at any other time, you do that, like sport in general. Like a sporting event for your national team. Yeah, wave the flag. And the Olympics is, a lot of people's opportunity to do that. But yeah, at any other time, yeah, you're doing that sort of stuff. You're a bit of a nuffy, aren't you? Country nuffy.
Yeah.
A national nuffy.
Yeah.
Those flag waving weirdos.
Yeah.
So I guess a highlight is just the Olympics doing their thing. Paris, one of the classic cities of the world. Paris. Have you ever been to Paris?
I have, yeah.
What do you reckon of Paris?
The shithole.
Oh, Dave, we're talking about the Olympics. We're trying to big them up.
Yeah, I'm not
We're talking before about when they get on the world stage and they get
I don't think us
chance
talking
to-
about Paris and broadcasting it towards the arse end of the Olympics is going to have much of an impact on them. But
I think we could probably convince at least one or two Waparinos to get a ticket this weekend to Paris and go check it out. I might even go check it out sometime soon. Yeah, I don't know.
Paris.
You don't like it? You didn't?
No,
reckon it's
I
good?
thought it was a bit of a hole. It's pretty dirty. There's a lot of crime. Like one of my mates got his wallet pinched within an hour of us being there.
What a dweeb.
Yeah.
Should have been on better lookout.
We were just sitting in a pub and a dude's
should have
like walked
Bombay.
past and grabbed it and
Or a
bolted
chest
off. And when the
asshole.
the coppers came up, they're like, you can't leave your stuff sitting on a table in Paris. They're like, okay. Like if you go to the pub here, you'll have your wallet and phone
Sure,
and your keys
yeah.
on the table. Like over there, no, you can't do it. Rubbish everywhere. It's a bit of a
Not that great, huh?
Nah, I wasn't that impressed.
Did you like the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah, it was all right. It's like just a big Meccano set.
Did you like the Arc de Triomphe?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's an impressive building.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about the what else did you do there?
Notre Dame Cathedral.
Yeah.
And there's like a big. I didn't go
Before
into
it
the Louvre.
burnt down.
See Lisa?
Was this
No.
Was this pre or post?
And there's like a
fire?
big old like white church on a hill that
Oh, yeah.
overlooks the city as well. I can't remember what that's called. Yeah, pre-fire.
pre-fire.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. The fire.
Well, and the church, but yeah, the fire was pretty cool too.
When was that? That was a couple of years ago now. A few years ago.
I went over there in 20. Fuck, what was this trip? Must have been 2018.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Must have been just before.
Yeah, just before.
So-
Fire was like
Yeah.
18, 19.
Right.
So my mate, who I just went and stayed with in the UK,
What were you doing then?
it was his
there?
40th.
Okay.
And for his 40th, his missus hired him a chateau in France.
Yep.
Like it was pretty sick
Yep.
out in the countryside. So I went over for that. My Irish mates came and met me in Paris for a few days. We got in the beers there and then
Beauty.
went out to the chateau for a week or so.
Nice one. Yeah. No, it sounds like a good trip. You still didn't like it?
Nah, well, I like the rest of France, but I didn't like Paris.
Paris. Okay, fair enough. Well, I hope our athletes have had a good time there. I mean, when you're at the Olympics, you kind of got a job to do. You probably don't see as much of the city as you would like to. Maybe they're going back there.
Yeah,
for
they're
a
often not
holiday.
allowed out.
They got pretty tight rules. They're going to be sleeping on those cardboard beds as well.
Yeah.
Hope they're all right. I hope they're doing well. Won a lot of medals, and I hope whatever country I get in the sweep, the Olympic sweep that we're doing in the Whoppers, I hope I have got a few points or whatever. I'm not sure exactly what it is. That's right. There we go. Lovely. Shout out to Ericsson. Is that his name?
Who?
Ericsson. The dude that's predominantly known as Ericsson.
Me
Your
or
brother.
Matt?
Your brother.
Chris.
No, that's Matt. Ericsson, the one that's known as Ericsson.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ericsson's doing a sweep for us. He's organising.
Oh, dog.
The dog.
Matt. Yeah. Oh, right.
Matt Erickson,
okay,
your
yeah.
brother.
Yeah.
You're the champ. You're the people's
Yeah, I
champ.
know. Yeah.
So Ericsson's doing the sweep.
Yeah.
And he's organising it right now, actually, which is again the 24th of July. But I think we're going to be getting that in the next couple of days. So good on you, Matty. Matters, Ericsson. Thanks for doing that. That'll be a good one. Are we ready to wrap it up?
I think so.
We all done for the night? Tomo, you've been good on the sounds today.
Yeah. Done well.
You've done well. And you'll probably be adding some more to the array,
Yes, so over the next month, I'll be sure to
cataloguing more.
catalog some more and
Beautiful.
go ahead.
Lovely. Well, I guess that's that. Any last messages, Davo? PC?
Nah. I was going to do a highlight of the week. I was going to say
highlight. Yeah, you had
Essendon sliding down to 8th, but I won't do that. I'll say Oscar Piastri winning his first Grand Prix.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, right on.
Good on him.
Yeah, good. Yeah. I'll tell you
Fifth
what.
Aussie to win a Grand Prix.
Tell you what a highlight is. Just a cheeky little highlight, a local highlight. There is a billiards store that's opened up on Sydney Road for all you billiard fans out there. And I know
Like a
I know
billiard
there's-
hall or a billiard
No, there's
store?
a billiard store. So if you
There's a billiard hall that's just opened up as well, just
Oh, yeah.
south of Moreland Road.
Probably get
Okay.
their stuff from the billiard
Massive.
store.
billiard store.
Massive.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, they're really well resourced now because the old Better Electrical near the corner of Moreland Road.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, it's a billiard hall.
Yeah, it's a hall. Yeah.
So maybe
yeah.
it's a store and a hall. Because they definitely had stuff like for sale.
They got like 20 massive billiard tables in there, so
Yeah, right. Oh, so there you go. Maybe it's a bit. Yeah. So let's go play pool there. Play billiards. That's a highlight, I think. Is that an Olympic sport yet? Talking about Olympic sports before. Billiards would be a good one to add in.
no, it wouldn't.
Can replace. Get rid of discus and
If you can have a beer gut and win a gold medal, it's not a sport.
darts. Bring darts in.
No,
Nah. England
No.
would do well in the darts.
they'd still shit the bed.
Nah, they'd do all right. Nah, that'd be all right. So go Aussie. I hope you've done well in the Olympics, and looking forward to LA 2028. We'll probably do another podcast. Probably a few in between, but we'll do another
Yeah.
Olympics podcast.
We'll do a special.
Salty and the Champ go Hollywood. Can't wait.
Okay, wonderful. Well, that's it for tonight. Let's sign off.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks so much for joining us again. I'm really having fun doing these. You having fun doing these?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
Good.
it's a good bit of fun.
Thanks,
Get-
Buttons, for a sparkling debut from Buttons.
He's done well.
Thanks, Champ.
He's done well. I'm looking forward to reviewing these episodes and seeing just how well they've come together. I'm sure.
Jurassic Park.
That's it. Jurassic Park. Thanks, Alan. We're gonna have some more Partridge coming up. Let's wrap it up then, people. Good night, and God bless you. And we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks all.
Thank you for tuning in today, and thanks to each of you for being a member of the Hot Whoppers community. You can contact the podcast at saltyandthechamp@gmail.com. Salty was dressed by Kmart. Champ was dressed by Gasman. Music was written and performed by Senivers, of Silverman Sound Studios. That is it for now. Don't forget to tune in again next time. I love you, goodbye.